Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lema, Angelic Astrologer and Spiritual Consultant, here with your weekly angel card reading for Monday, January 26th through Sunday, February 1st, 2015. So by the end of this week, we're heading into the second month of this new year already. So you'll want to look for the new monthly angel card reading for the month of February in just a few days. Now, as far as the astrology of this week, it seems like there's a lot going on with the planet Venus this week. Venus rules love and relationships, partnerships. It rules our values. It rules also money and finances. So on Tuesday the 27th, we have Venus moving out of Aquarius and into the sign of Pisces. Now, when Venus was in Aquarius, she was much more independent and she was much more focused on humanitarian ideals. As she moves into Pisces, she's going to become much more compassionate and much more romantic and much more in a place of opening up her heart chakra to unconditional love. Now, on Wednesday and Thursday, depending on what part of the world you're in, we have the moon starts out in the sign of Gemini. It actually is in the sign of Gemini for the whole day, but it makes a lot of challenging aspects on those 2 days. It starts out by making a challenging aspect to Venus, which is newly in that sign of Pisces, of unconditional love and compassion, and Pisces also rules the creative aspects and the creative arts. After it makes that challenging aspect to Venus, the moon in Gemini moves on to oppose Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius, and then it makes a challenging aspect to Neptune, and then a challenging aspect to Mars, both of those also in the sign of Pisces. So it's going to be a day that I think if you're trying to communicate with loved ones or partners or friends, if there's any kind of issues or challenges that need to be talked through and talked out, you might have a little bit of a difficult time on those 2 days. I don't feel like the moon, first of all, rules our emotions and our feelings, and it's in the sign of Gemini, which is much more logical and intellectual. So right off the bat, to try to talk about the emotions and try to talk about our feelings, it's going to be difficult to kind of tune in to that emotional level, because Gemini wants to be, light and logical and looking at facts. And then, with all these difficult aspects, with Venus and then Saturn and then Neptune and then Mars, I just don't feel like you're going to be able to accomplish what it is you're trying to accomplish in talking to family, friends, and loved ones in your lives if there needs to be, again, situations or circumstances that are ironed out. So just be aware that you might need to wait until a later time in order for some of those more emotional matters to be healed and balanced out. As we move towards Friday, and even later in the hours on Thursday evening, depending on what part of the world you're in, we have Venus then ends up in a challenging aspect to Saturn. Like I said, Venus seems to be doing a lot this week. So Venus, again, ruling love, relationships, partnerships, money, finances, and again, what we value is in this challenging aspect to Saturn. Now, Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is a very positive sign, and Saturn and Sagittarius can bring us many blessings. But again, Venus is in that challenging aspect to Saturn, so you might just feel a little bit slowed down or held back or restricted in moving forward towards creating that balance and love and peace and harmony that you're looking for. Also on the same day, Friday, the Sun is going to come up and meet Mercury, which is now in retrograde motion in the sign of Aquarius. So Sun and Mercury in Aquarius coming together actually can be really wonderful for creative inspiration, creative ideas. Can be really good for listening to the messages from your guides and angels, paying attention to your dreams, and communicating with others about humanitarian projects or humanitarian ideals. So that part of it is definitely positive. As we move into Sunday, the 1st of February, we have Venus is going to be coming up to conjoin with Neptune, which again is in the sign of Pisces. Okay, Venus coming up with Neptune and Pisces is actually pretty positive. It's very romantic, it's very creative, it's very artistic, it's very much in a place of compassion and unconditional love. The only thing you have to be aware of is that you might not see things totally clearly, or there might be some confusing energies when it comes to romance or partnerships. So just to, be aware of that. I don't want to, paint a negative picture. I'm just saying that right now, because of Mercury retrograde and Venus going through and making all of these different aspects to all of these different planets this week, that there's some things that need to be figured out or reworked or understood. That's what Mercury retrograde is all about. It's about communication aspects that might need to be redone, or that we have to, figure things out, or we need more information. We need more, what do I want to say? Research needs to be done. Now, this isn't just with relationships, but as far as our life path, our career, all aspects of life, we need to do that research while Mercury is retrograde. And, things will become a lot more clear once Mercury goes direct. And I think as far as Venus is concerned this week, once we get through this week and Venus comes up and joins Neptune on Sunday, I feel like the energies are going to be a lot more balanced and a lot more in a place of harmony and love and peace. So let's look at our stones of choice for the special message card this week. By the way, we're going to use Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck for the reading. For your extra special message card, Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. And our 3 stones this week are all stones that deal with love or the heart chakra in some way, shape, or form. So we start out here, the first stone of choice is a garnet. Now, garnet is a stone of love and devotion, commitment. It also relates to the Kundalini energy, which is that creative life force within us. Your second stone of choice is rose quartz. And rose quartz has a softer, gentle, more peaceful energy. It helps with forgiveness issues and self-acceptance issues. It brings in a sense of harmony and restores feelings of love. The biggest thing that rose quartz is great for is to love yourself, to unconditionally love yourself, respect yourself, and forgive yourself. And that also emanates out to all other people around you. And then your last stone of choice is ruby. This is actually a star ruby. And the ruby it can be about abundance and wealth, but it's also about deep passion and following your bliss and following your passion in life and being passionate in relationships as well. So again, your stones of choice are the garnet, the rose quartz, and the ruby. So let's take a moment here, and we're going to call in all of our angels, our guides, master guides and teachers of the light, healers of the light. We call in all of the ascended masters and the archangels to bring forth whatever messages, wisdom, and knowledge is in everyone's highest and best interest to know for this week. Okay, so this one's sticking out. I'm going to pick this for the second card. And actually this one for the third card. And I feel like there needs to be a special message card, and yet it just fell out of the deck here. So that's going to be our special message card for the week. And let's see what the angels say. We have the 8 of air to start out. And the Eight of Air is an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. I feel like this is energy of disempowerment, but this is on a mental level because it's the Air card. And so there's something within your thoughts or your belief systems to where you're not owning your power, or you need to take your power back, but you're afraid to. You're afraid to move forward. You're afraid to break free. Just like the unicorn here, there's one unicorn that's breaking free of the pack. And so there may be a situation, a circumstance, maybe even a relationship or a certain aspect of a relationship that you need to break free from. You need to have courage, and you need to be able to empower yourself again. So let's take a look at the second card for more information. Okay, this is the Six of Air, and I like to see this because this is another, first of all, it's another air card that deals with the mental, the thoughts, the belief systems. But the number 6 is about balance. And the message at the bottom says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation. And it could also mean taking a trip, as we have a unicorn here in a boat. But in this case, I feel like this is about balanced communication. I feel like that disempowering energy at the beginning of the week, that even though, like I said, Venus is going through all of these different aspects and creating different connections to all these different planets, I feel like it is important to communicate and speak your truth and stay balanced though about it. This is what the number 6 is about, is that get yourself first in a place of balance before you decide to communicate about your thoughts, communicate about your feelings, tell the other person what's on your mind. It's in that balanced communication that you're going to have the most progress, the most forward movement or positive success, and you will, in what you're trying to communicate to the other people in your life. Let's look at the last card here. And the last card, wow, we have a lot of air this week, so definitely a lot on our minds, definitely a lot of things that need to be said or communicated. The Knight of Air says intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless, and at the bottom it says events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options and come up with creative solutions. So again, we have something that towards at least the end of the week perhaps picks up speed. I think that it's through communication, through being honest, through being decisive with your own belief systems and what you truly want, what you truly deserve, what you truly desire in your life for yourself, that you're going to, again, gain the most progress. This is truly about empowerment this week, because if you don't stand in your truth and you're not in a place of moving forward with what it is that you desire and want, then you're really disempowering yourself. Now, it could be that you want one thing within a relationship, whether it be family, romantic, or a friendship, and maybe the other person isn't on the same page, or maybe the other person doesn't get it, or maybe they desire and want something else out of the relationship, and that's okay. Neither person is right or wrong, but it's in you standing in your own truth that you empower yourself. You have to move forward with your communication in the way that empowers you, which means standing in your truth and owning your truth and actually communicating that truth. Let's see what this extra special message card is here. This is great because this is the Six of Fire. So if you do, what we previously talked about, if you stay balanced and you speak your truth from your heart in a peaceful way, in a balanced way, without attacking, without feeling like one person has to be right and the other one wrong, because again, everyone has their own truth. But if you communicate your truth and you stand in your power this week, this is saying that you're going to have victory. The Six of Fire is about victory. At the bottom it says good news is on the way and public recognition or awards. And to me, this is the success card. So this is definitely saying that this week, if you follow again those guidelines that the angels and your guides have just spoken about, that you're going to have success, whether it be success within, relationship or in a situation that you're dealing with, or whether this is just success as far as your own soul growth and evolution, okay? You have to look at that part of it too, is that just by you empowering yourself and standing in your truth, that is the greatest success as far as your soul's growth and evolution this week. Okay, let's look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So again, we're going to give these a shuffle and ask for the angels, the goddess energy to come in and provide us with whatever message is in everyone's highest and best interest for this week. Okay, so for the people that chose the garnet says, true love with Guinevere. Well, that's nice to see. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So I feel like here, whether this is about a relationship that needs to be let go so that a new relationship can come in, or whether this is about speaking your truth and everyone being open and honest within the situations and circumstances of relationships, that it brings about a new start or a new beginning to the sense of the relationship or the love within the relationship. But this is definitely a positive message, a positive indication here from Guinevere, is that, true love is everlasting. And by, especially having love for yourself and by showing that love for yourself, by respecting yourself and speaking your truth and owning your truth, then in the end, it's all going to work out in your highest and best interest in some way, shape, or form. Okay, for those of you that chose the rose quartz, actually this one's been in my mind, in my sights, Sarasvati and the arts. And it says, express yourself through creative activities. Okay, so I feel like, first of all, this is also expressing yourself through communication this week, and creative communication. I remember one of the cards here this week said something about, I think it was the Knight of Air, said something about creative solutions. And so I feel like your creative solutions, or coming up with a creative solution to whatever the situation that you're in might be, that's going to bring your greatest, again, success in the end. Let me tune in and see if there's anything else they can tell me about this. I feel like there's something about writing too as I look at this. I feel like writing, this is about creation. So using your creative mind to create through writing, speaking, teaching, playing music, blogging, there's something here about sharing your ideas or sharing your interests, sharing your belief systems with other people. That's going to be very helpful for you within this week. So it's a perfect time with Mercury retrograde to kind of work on those inner creative ideas. Mercury in Aquarius is very, very creative. So that is your message for the week. And then for those of you that chose the Star Ruby, the Star Ruby is Freya, and Freya says to be bold this week. It says, unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. Now, maybe just communicating your truth with others, you might feel like you're taking a risk. And if that's so, Freya's message is definitely to do that. You need to stand in your courage. This energy of being bold is very courageous. It's very independent. It's very self-sufficient. Again, when I look at her, I feel like she's definitely owning her truth. She's standing in her truth, standing in her passion, and what she believes for herself to be her truth. So, take that risk. And also, again, this message of being adventurous, try something that you never have tried before. Go somewhere, meet someone, create a project, whatever it might be that you normally might be too, I don't know, I can't think of a better word than afraid, that you're usually too afraid to try or step into. And that's part of that first card, 8 of Air, that we had for the week, which is empowering yourself, breaking free and stepping into your sense of confidence and trying something bold and trying something new and adventurous. That's going to help to propel you forward and help you to move forward in the best possible way this week. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Again, look for the monthly angel card reading for February coming up. I'll also be doing my February angelic astrology article soon, so you'll want to look for that on angelmessenger.net. And if you would like a more personal reading, please check out my services page on angelmessenger.net. See what the healings or the readings are, and see what might fit for you. I'd love to be able to look at what's going on for you in a more personal way and assist you through anything and empower you through anything that you are going through right now. I want to send all my love and light to each and every one of you. I'm so grateful and thankful for all of your support. Thank you for liking my posts on Facebook. And until next week, many, many angel blessings to you.